On a quiet November morning in 1988, a yellow school bus carrying 20 children set off from a rural Pennsylvania town. It was supposed to be an ordinary ride to school, a routine repeated every weekday. But school bus number 7 never made it to its destination. Neither the driver, nor the children, nor the bus itself were ever seen again. Stay with me until the very end, because the last known detail about the bus may change the way you think about this entire story. The year was 1988. America was on the cusp of the 1990s. Cold War tensions were easing, but in small-town Pennsylvania, life moved slowly. Families lived in close-knit communities surrounded by farmland, wooded back roads, and steel towns struggling to survive economic decline. The children of Franklin County boarded the same buses every day, driven by familiar faces who knew every stop by heart. School bus number 7 was assigned to a route covering the more rural part of the county. Narrow, winding roads, farmland, and patches of forest where houses stood miles apart. The driver of the bus was Arthur Art Miller, a 54-year-old local who had been driving for the district for over 20 years. By all accounts, Art was a dependable man, quiet, polite, and meticulous about safety. Parents trusted him with their children's lives every morning. At 7:10 a.m., bus number 7 left the depot. It made its usual stops along Hollow Creek Road and Ridgeway Lane, picking up children ranging from first grade to high school. In total, 20 children were confirmed to have boarded that morning. Witnesses included parents who waved goodbye from driveways and neighbors who remembered seeing the yellow bus pass by. The last confirmed sighting came from a farmer named Gary Henson, who saw the bus drive past his field at around 7:40 a.m. He recalled nothing unusual. The children were sitting in their seats, some waving through the windows, and Art kept his usual calm posture at the wheel. But the bus never arrived at Franklin High School. By 8:15 a.m., teachers began calling the school office. 20 students were missing from roll call, all from the same route. At first, staff assumed the bus had broken down, but when repeated calls to the transportation office went unanswered, the district called the police. By 9 a.m., state troopers were searching the rural backroads for a yellow school bus. They expected to find a breakdown, a flat tire, or maybe even an accident down an embankment. Instead, they found nothing. The bus seemed to have vanished into thin air. In the days that followed, a massive search effort was launched. Helicopters scanned the countryside, police divers searched rivers, lakes, and reservoirs. Hundreds of volunteers combed through the woods, checking every dirt path and hunting trail. Yet there was no trace of the bus, the driver, or the 20 children. Not even tire tracks. The FBI became involved within a week. They suspected a hijacking or kidnapping, but that theory presented its own problems. Moving a 40-foot yellow school bus off rural roads without anyone noticing would have been nearly impossible. There were no skid marks, no signs of struggle, and no evidence of roadblocks. Despite the lack of physical evidence, a few puzzling witness reports emerged. A truck driver passing through the area claimed he saw a yellow bus heading north on Route 19, far from the usual school route at around 8 a.m., but he couldn't confirm if it was school bus number 7. A local woman swore he heard children screaming near Miller's Quarry, a deep, abandoned stone pit, around the same time. Search teams scoured the area, but found nothing. Another resident reported seeing a convoy of white, unmarked vans parked along a side road early that morning. By the time police investigated, the vans were gone. These scattered accounts fueled speculation that the bus was deliberately intercepted. Over time, the disappearance of school bus number 7 became fertile ground for theories. The quarry accident theory. Some believe the bus may have accidentally gone into an abandoned quarry or mine shaft. Franklin County is riddled with hidden pits and shafts, many unmarked on maps. But despite extensive searches, no wreckage was ever found. The hijacking theory. Another theory suggests the bus was hijacked by an organized group. The mysterious white van seen that morning remains central to this idea. But if it was a kidnapping, why take 20 children? And how could such a large-scale operation leave no trace? The government conspiracy theory. The most controversial theory suggests government involvement. During the 1980s, several military research facilities operated in Pennsylvania. Some conspiracy theorists claim the bus was diverted for secretive purposes, perhaps an experiment, perhaps something darker. The ghost story. Over the years, a supernatural explanation has taken root among locals. Drivers claim they've seen the ghost of a yellow school bus traveling the back roads late at night, headlights dim, filled with shadowy silhouettes of children. 10 years after the disappearance, in 1998, a hunter discovered a rusted school bus seat deep in the woods, more than 20 miles from the original route. Testing confirmed it came from a vehicle manufactured in 1987, the same year school bus number 7 was purchased. The seat was badly decayed, as if it had been left exposed for years, but there were no other remains of the bus. To this day, no one knows if that seat was truly from school bus number 7 or if it was simply a discarded part from another bus. For the families of the missing children, the disappearance remains an open wound. No memorial was ever built, no closure ever found. Today, the story of school bus number 7 is rarely mentioned outside Franklin County, but for those who remember, the silence is haunting. Every November, parents and grandparents of the missing children still gather at the old bus depot, leaving candles and photographs in memory of the 20 children who never came home. The disappearance of school bus number 7 is more than just an unsolved case. It's a reminder of how fragile the ordinary moments of life can be. A simple bus ride, something so routine, turned into a mystery that has haunted an entire community for decades. Perhaps one day the truth will surface, buried in forgotten files, hidden in an abandoned quarry, or whispered in the memories of someone who knows what really happened. Until then, the fate of school bus number 7 remains one of America's most chilling unsolved mysteries.